The Inspiring and Successful Leadership Award for an exemplary leader from the BFSI sector goes to Mr. Vinay Razdan, Chief HR Officer, HDFC Bank. Mr. Razdan has made significant contributions to the HR fraternity for over 3.5 decades, demonstrated exceptional leadership qualities at HDFC Bank and during his previous engagements at Idea Cellular and HCL Technologies. In his current role with a workforce spanning 7,000 locations in India, Vinay's commitment to enhancing employee engagement and fostering a cohesive culture is unparalleled.
Good evening to all of you. Arunji, Anuji, glad to see you here. Dangeji, what you shared was so inspiring. मुझे तो मन करता है कि अवार्ड मैं आपको और आपकी टीम को समर्पित कर दूं यहीं पे, because private sector was once known for speed, agility, results and everything. But I think today, given the canvas and scale and scope of the work that the government does, it simply dwarfs the work that we do in private sector. But, I think Arunji must have kept some minimum speech time. If I don't deliver, maybe the award can be taken back. So I have to sort of fulfill some basic requirement here. To me, I think, a lot can be said about leaders, a lot can be said about inspiring. But sense of humor to me is very important. I think that's one of the most unstated, underrated quality in a leader, because often you demand a lot from people, and to be able to keep the atmosphere light and to get things going is very, very important. Some of the things which I have learned in my life, I'll just share over a couple of quick minutes with you. I joined ITC in 1988 after graduating from XLRI. And like a young upstart, wondering why am I in Saharanpur and not in Bangalore, taking Broad Bear, which Mr. Malia had launched around that time in Bangalore. So I started my training and went through a shift in one of the departments. After doing the shift, I came back. The shift manager asked me, so what have you learned? So I told him, this is the process, this is the speed, this is the machine, this is the capacity, this is the input, output, quality parameters, everything. So he said, how many people did you meet? And what are their names? So that was the first lesson I learned, that you need to connect with people, you need to care for people, and that's what the brand stood for. Other things which I learned in ITC was about excellence. Excellence in everything that you do. Even today, after having left ITC over 23 years back, I know that if there's a ITC product to be bought, it will be top quality. Maybe because of deep pockets or whatever. But cultural underpinning is very, very important. Other things which I've learned, or large, companies that I worked with, HCL Technologies and Idea Cellular, and now HDFC Bank. And some of the leaders that I've seen in action is about boldness of vision, which is what India stands for today as a shining example in the world. Accompanied by that, I think very important trait in leaders is generosity of spirit. And, a lot of times, some leaders are very, very competent, but insufferable, So therefore, being, generous of spirit is very, very important. Some of the things have changed, but have they really changed is a question. Nowadays, you're told, bring authentic self to work. I wonder whether there's any other self that you have, which you need to leave behind. Back then, when I started work, it was all about dedication. Today, everyone talks about passion. If you talk passion back then, people thought कि इसका चक्कर चल रहा है office में कहीं पे. So, and some of the things around, no one talks about implementation any longer. Everyone talks execution. Back then, when you said execution, it meant someone got killed, So some things change, but it's all the same, nevertheless. And as the previous recipient said, the glass of wine is something that all of us are looking for, so I'll not delay any of you. But thank you once again.